Donald Trump has absolutely lost it on his new blog over the news that a grand jury has been convened in Manhattan to evaluate evidence that Donald Trump and or his associates and or his organization have committed crimes. As a reminder, we already outlined that. The Washington Post reports a grand jury panel has been convened and it will sit 3 days a week for 6 months. They will be looking at all sorts of different possible crimes that Trump, associates, and his organization may have committed. Donald Trump reacting immediately triggered, which is exactly what we've predicted for a long time, which is if these criminal probes get going once Trump is out of office, Trump is going to lose his mind. And he's already losing his mind and nothing has even happened yet. Let's review his blog post where Donald Trump opens by saying, "This is a continuation of the greatest witch hunt in American history. It began the day I came down the escalator in Trump Tower and it's never stopped. They wasted 2 years and $48 million in taxpayer dollars on Mueller and Russia. Now, remember, the Mueller probe recovered more money than it cost. Trump goes on to say impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, and it continues to this day with illegally leaked confidential information. No other president in history has had to put up with what I have had to. And on top of all that, I have done a great job for our country. Whether it's taxes, regulations, our military, veterans, Space Force, our border, speedy creation of a great vaccine said to be a miracle, and protecting the Second Amendment. We could do an hour debunking each of those. This is purely political and an affront to the almost 75 million voters who supported me in the presidential election, and it's being driven by highly partisan Democrat prosecutors. New York City and state are suffering the highest crime rates in history. That's not true. And instead of going after murderers, drug dealers, human traffickers, and others, they come after Donald Trump. Interesting that today a poll came out indicating I'm far in the lead for the Republican presidential primary and the general election in 2024. That's not true. Not that second part. And lastly, Trump says our country is broken. Our elections are rigged, corrupt, and stolen. Not true. Our prosecutors are politicized, and I will just have to keep on fighting like I have been for the last 5 years. Trump off the rails. And just imagine if there are charges. Just imagine if there are charges, what will happen with this man's psyche. Donald Trump Jr. getting in on the action, retweeting someone named Mike Davis, who said, quote, "Since 1923, the Trump family has built a worldwide real estate and hospitality empire. Now highly partisan Democrat prosecutors are on a witch hunt to find paperwork crimes in quotes, and they ignore clear evidence of foreign corruption and other real crimes by the Biden crime family." Folks, it is conspiracies all the way down. You know the phrase, it's turtles all the way down? It is conspiracies just all the way down. And this is going to be a very interesting 6 months. The timeline that is mentioned would be if there will be indictments around the end of summer, and then starting to get into court and seeing what direction these indictments will go in the fall. So between now and November, potentially just a series of never ending insanity is what we are expecting to see here. We have on Monday, Memorial Day, an incredible 1-day David Pakman Show membership special. We have had a lot of membership attrition due to the continued financial strain that many people are under. That's sad, and I understand that. Hundreds of members canceling over the last couple of months. We are trying to do something to turn that around, and that is that Monday, Memorial Day, we're doing a single-day membership special. I would love for you to participate. Just get on my newsletter at davidpakman.com, and then Monday morning, you'll hear all about it. All right, quick break. Let me know on Twitter, what do you expect to come of this grand jury? You can find me on Twitter at dpakman. If you ever feel like you just don't have enough time to read all the books you want to read, you have to check out one of my favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist takes thousands of popular nonfiction books and distills each one down into an ebook or audiobook that you can get through in just 15 minutes, where you're getting all the key takeaways from the book. Just imagine how you'll be able to expand your horizons and knowledge by being able to soak up all of the important insights from 10 different books in an afternoon. Obviously, it's perfect for exposing yourself to a new book you otherwise wouldn't have time for, or you can use it to revisit a book you've already read, or use it to preview a book before you buy the full version and read it. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.